It's Feel Good Friday with Dr. Phil 2. It's time to fill your Friday with something good. Come on together, let's shape a new start with clarity, confidence, and purpose. It's Feel Good Friday. Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen, it's Feel Good Friday. It is Feel Good Friday. And listen, we are totally excited to be with you today. I'm on location, so I have a different background and everything, but we are here, and I am here with a very special guest with power, authenticity, and she's an author. She's a chaplain, and guess what? We both have the same undergrad degree, at least one of them, which is communications.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I welcome you, Dr. Peggi Trusty. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you. Good to have you. And I noticed you on LinkedIn. You are putting out phenomenal content and great graphics and all of that. Let's talk about a little bit of what you do. It says chaplain here. Tell us how you really got started in this. I mean, you started with communication, but now you're a chaplain. Take us through the journey.
Oh, it was a long journey. Well, it was a interesting journey. I felt called to ministry back in, I think I was about 30 years old then. I guess shouldn't be talking about my age, but I guess a few years ago. And the conference, Alleghany's conference, decided to put me in the pastoral ministry program over at Andrews. And so I started that program. And when I finished, it's a funny thing. I'm a single mom. And so when I finished, I told God, I do not want to work with anybody's kids. I had been in children's programs all the time. And I said, I want to do something with grown-ups, and that's the kind of ministry I'm going to be engaged in. And God said, no, I think you should go to Pine Forge. So he sent me to Pine Forge to be a chaplain there.
Wow.
And while I was there as a chaplain, there was a couple of instances where I did not know how to respond. My students were grieving, and I did not know how to respond. And I would tell them the basic things, the Lord doesn't give you any more than you can bear. And they're teenagers. And so when you're giving teenagers fluff, they know it. And they're looking at me like, really? That's it? That's all you have? And that wasn't working. And so I had spoken to a military chaplain, and they had talked to me about getting clinical pastoral units and education. So I was like, okay, well, let me try that. So long story short, I ended up in California doing a CPE program. And my purpose was to, when I finished, going back into education. But I so loved chaplaincy. I loved the rawness of the ministry.
Yeah.
I loved being able to help people who were really hurting and knew it. It was beautiful to be able to present as a Christian, being able to care for someone who is an atheist. You would never meet people like that in those kinds of circumstances.
Yeah.
And so it's been a blessing, and I have loved every single minute of it.
Wow. That's a journey. That is a journey right
Yes,
there. Sometimes you just kind of fall into your purpose.
Yes,
Just end
absolutely.
up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we talked about it before the broadcast. We were actually at Oakwood at the same time. You had come there a year earlier, and I came later on as a freshman from New York. See, I had longer hair then. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You recognize me now.
Absolutely not, but that's okay.
And I started with communication at Oakwood, and also after I transferred to AUC and continue that. But then the Lord's calling, right, just came on strong, and so you just keep adding to. And it really speaks to part about education. You can start with one degree and then end up studying another degree. So I always tell young people, hey, just get the degree. You can always go get your master's in something else. You can get your doctorate in something else. but
Absolutely.
you start with something, accomplish that, finish that, and you can move forward.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this quote here. You've been into chaplaincy, you've been into, now you're into wellness and really helping pastors. So I love this line here. Love your pastor well, because ministry isn't just what they do, it's who they are.
Mhm.
Who they are deserves grace, honor, and support.
Amen.
Tell me a little bit about that. What inspired you to write that quote?
Wow. I am a PK. I have been a part of ministry in some function my entire life from the day I was born. I have seen what pastors go through. I have seen the metamorphosis of how conferences and leaders support persons in ministry. It's
Yeah,
been really rough.
yeah,
It has been a really rough journey. I recently, one of the articles that I'm writing, or I wrote another book called How to Care for Your Pastor. I've talked to many pastors about their experiences. Some have left the ministry, some have, they're still there, but they want assistance.
yeah,
And so churches, even leadership, they want to know, how can I do this? Because we're fine, it's finally dawning on us as congregants, as parishioners. Okay, maybe I should help my pastor. Maybe I shouldn't put so much on him. Okay, but how do I balance that?
yeah,
And so the idea behind the quote is be able to say, yes, okay, this is their job, but a pastor's position leaks into every aspect of their lives. They
yeah.
don't get a break. They
Mhm.
are always on. So what can I do as a parishioner? What can I do as a conference official? What can I do as a hospital administrator? What can I do to help to support these individuals that literally give 24/7?
All right, all right. I like what she's where she's going to. How can you support your pastor? And this quote here is powerful. Um, I'm a pastor, so I get it, and I love the support of that. And so when we're talking about what is ministry, what is pastoral life, what is it like? Always being on the go and always having to be turned on, getting those phone calls, and how do we get that support? How do we do that? And I think that this is a powerful way. Let me just put a little plug in here for Dr. Trusty. This is her book, and this is one of her books, one of her projects out there. And so this book here is all about the individual wellness support plan, and wellness starts here. And so the concept of wellness is powerful. The concept of not only getting support from the outside, but also self support. So, well, let me just thank everybody who's watching on Instagram. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. We see you. We see you. But this is a powerful book, and I can't wait to write my review on it because I write for Message Magazine. And so we love writing reviews, we love putting it out there. But we're talking about pastoral ministry, the wellness, the support that Dr. Trusty. So put in the chat, how can you support your pastor? How can you better support your pastor? And I can tell you it's a journey. So many things that can happen in a ministry, so many things that can happen, but how can you support your pastor? Okay, we have Dr. Trusty back, and don't worry, we got you covered. We got you covered. We know things die, and we get it. So we're just talking about your book, and so let's just get into it. We have your book, The Individual Wellness Plan. Tell me what inspired you to write this book.
Okay, so the biggest thing is during COVID, It was so challenging as a chaplain to minister to everyone. You are ministering to the administrators, you're ministering to families, you're ministering to patients.
Hey,
You're just carrying everything.
yes.
So our hospital system that I was in, they did decide to have a support group or something like that once a month where the chaplains could come together. And it was a really awesome experience. We just were able to just talk about the trauma we were experiencing. So it was maybe about 6 months, and afterward it was over. And so I went to them and I asked, I said, are we going to keep going? What's the next step? Because this had been really, really helpful. And they were like, well, you're not a revenue producing department, so we really don't have time and money to really invest in you guys like that. And I found that extremely frustrating. I really did. And based on their own research, they knew that chaplains needed support. So I really wanted to create something so that chaplains would have something, peer persons in ministry would have something so that they could plan for their own wellness. They could be prepared. They could prioritize it. And it's my belief that partnership is part of the process so that we can be well. And so that's what I based, it has 10 components to it. And I really just really dove into the different things that individuals need so that they can be well consistently.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, everybody, we want you to support this book. It is on Amazon and also your page. Is it on? Do you
Yes, it's
have a
also on my
website?
website. Yes.
Okay. So, tell us your website.
The website is theclergywellnesshub.com.
All right. Clergy Wellness Hub. All right. We love that. That is so cool. And just a while ago, you were
Oh,
speaking
sorry,
on.
Clergy Wellness Hub, not
I'm
the.
sorry, not the. Okay, all right. Let me edit that out here, everybody. Just forget that last one. Yeah. And not too long ago, you were on the Monetize Your Ministry with Kimon and Pierre,
Yes,
which I
absolutely.
am also a part of now. So
Oh, beautiful. Welcome to the family.
thank you, thank you. I'll be presenting next month.
All
Next
right.
month. Yeah. So we share a lot of in common. I'm a PK as well.
Mhm.
And, a lot of people that talk about church hurt, church drama, but I'm like, you can't out church hurt me. Like, you
Oh,
know,
wow.
not, not, because your family is put on front center. And so you get talked about, your father gets talked about, your mother gets talked about, your family gets in all of that. And then for you to decide, hey, you know what? I think I'll go into this thing. Yeah, you know,
Let me go do some more views. Just hit me.
let me go put my family through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, one of
Exactly.
the things and I have an awesome church now. And, what I try to do is set the expectations when I start pastoring a church. I'm like,
Beautiful.
don't go after my kids, don't go after my family, for this and that. They're here, but they're just as normal as any other kid. They're going to run around, and hey, you can hold them accountable, but don't hold them accountable with you're a pastor's son, you're a pastor's daughter, you should know better.
Absolutely.
If you're holding a PK accountable, hold it with you shouldn't be running.
Yeah.
Simple as
Any
that.
kid, anybody's
Any
kid.
kid.
Yes.
Don't throw their parents' position at them or throw who they are in their face. Like, what is that? Because I heard that. You're a pastor's son. You should know better. I'm like, you know, um, what do I know about that? what do I know about that? I didn't go to seminary. I didn't go through all the experiences that my father has gone through. So, what do I know about that? And so understanding church hurt, the drama of everything, it's, hey, you want to hold people accountable, hold them accountable. Tell them what they, where they need to go right and things like that. But when we talk about church hurt as well, we're talking about it from so many different angles, so many different ways. And so this individual wellness plan, I believe, is powerful for anybody to be a part of and understand, because we're just talking about how to be well, how to
Absolutely.
have that balance and that mental balance. So thank you for writing the book, and thank you for your support as a chaplain. The other part we share in common is that I'm also a police chaplain, and I work
Oh,
with
wow.
Chaplain Paul Anderson. So
Beautiful.
excited with that. So
Yeah.
you're part of Adventist Chaplain Ministries.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yep,
ACM. Mm-hmm.
that's right. So we're all endorsed by that, and so we go to the meetings. Now, where are you currently serving?
I currently serve at Holy Cross Hospital. We have one in Silver Spring and one in
Yes.
Jersey, Maryland.
Yes, yes. Awesome. Awesome. How many now do you go and see patients? Who is your clientele that you are seeing?
Patients.
Mm,
Now, I used to be at a children's hospital when I was in Orlando. Here, I see everybody.
wow. How many patients do you see per day?
Oh, it can vary. I try not to see more than 15.
Okay. Hmm.
Um, but sometimes it can, and it depends on the context of what the patient is going through.
Yes.
Maybe 8 to 10, but even that can be a lot. If you have too many deaths, I don't really like to. If I'm dealing with a family and a patients that are dying, yeah, I try to maybe only see about four,
Mm,
because the death can weigh on you heavy.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And starting in ministry, I started in Harlem at the Ephesus Church, and Um, we had so many funerals that I can plan
Uh,
one with my eyes closed. I can
mm,
spit out a funeral. I've been well prepared for funerals. Matter of fact, I have my wife's grandfather's funeral coming up at Ephesus next
wow.
week, and so I've done more than my share of funerals. So understanding grief, understanding that part. So I get it, because you have to also know where your capacity is
Absolutely.
for
Yeah.
things like that. And how much does that impact you? Like you see a family grieving, what do you do to kind of center yourself in that moment?
It's hard. It is hard to center yourself in the moment. I try my very best to empathize and to be part of that situation.
Hmm.
It's good to be present. Presence is very, very meaningful in chaplaincy. So
Yes.
just being there when everything is going crazy and you're able to just be the non-anxious presence in the room that reminds people that it's going to be okay. We just have these things to get through, but it is going to be okay.
Yeah.
After a situation like that, I'll go hide in my office. And yes, I said hide. you know, I
Yeah.
will go and, to be able to take care of my own needs, to make
Yes.
sure that sometimes, if it's too bad, I'll have to call my kids. Hey, how you doing? And I have to hear them laugh. Call my
Yeah.
mom, listen to what she's going through for that day,
Yeah.
or my dad, because I need to anchor myself in my reality rather than keep feeling someone else's,
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yes. And that's great advice for anybody, when you're really faced with that type of grief, and to step away and find
Yeah,
that place of peace,
yeah,
where you can center yourself and help and still help others. And so that's a
absolutely.
wonderful thing. So now, not only are you a chaplain, but you've also gotten into speaking. So you have presented very well and monetized your ministry. I
Oh,
wish
thank
I had the footage. I would put it up here right now. But you did an awesome job. Tell us
thank
about your speaking experience. Who do you speak to? Who do who should contact you for this type of speaking?
I'm interested, or my ministry or my endeavor at this time is in wellness. A lot of times, because my information started out for clergy and chaplains, so I like, in the coming months I'll be going to a hospital system to talk to their chaplains about wellness and how to stay well. However, every individual has to deal with wellness. So just like when I presented for Monetize Your Ministry, I had people come to me and say, I need that and I'm in education. I need that and I'm a nurse. This is something that spills over into anything for anyone. So if you work for an organization and you have a large body of individuals that are in high stress positions where people need a lot, you're going to want an expert like myself to come in to talk to them about how to stay well, and that when things get difficult, how to get well even when things hit the fan. Because ideally, no matter what we do, at some point in time, we are going to get overwhelmed. We're going to hit a situation that's going to be that brick wall for us. How do I get better? How do I get back on track? How do I build a team wherein we can look after each other to make sure that we stay on track as a team? That's the kind of stuff that I do, and that's what my interest is, definitely.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. So everybody, listen, you want somebody to talk on wellness to help your team experience that. And that goes into so many different
Absolutely.
uh, areas of focus that everyone needs it, whether it be at a school, whether it be in your corporate office. And, I know as a police chaplain, wellness is critical, and
Yes.
so we try to do that. I know Chaplain Anderson is recruiting us to the Largo Hospital as chaplains because chaplaincy is also necessary. And so anybody that is interested in being a chaplain, this will be a good opportunity to get into that. It's a good opportunity. Well, listen, we want to have people feel good about something. This is Feel Good Friday, and so you are in wellness, and
Yes.
this is a perfect opportunity. I just need you to take a moment to give advice on what we should feel good about.
I think we should feel good about the fact that we can plan for our wellness. We don't have to do it as an afterthought. We can literally set up our plan and have wellness tools and a support system already in place so that I can stay well. And then when things hit the fan, I know how to get back well. We can plan for wellness.
Love it. I love it. I love it. And I thank you for being just an awesome guest. And we wish you nothing but the best. Let us talk about where to find you: clergywellnesshub.com. Clergywellnesshub.com. You can also find Dr. Peggi Trusty. You see her name right there. She's on LinkedIn, so you can connect with her there. And are you on Instagram as well?
No, not really.
Okay.
let's just
Okay.
let's
So
just stick with
definitely
LinkedIn for
LinkedIn.
now.
All right. All right. Let's get this up here. Clergywellnesshub.com. Also, churches. You want somebody to talk about wellness. Listen, my church, we love talking about mental health. We love getting into that. In fact, September, we're going to be getting into that a lot more. But this is a season where you need a presenter to talk about wellness. And for your conference, for your churches, for your pastors, for your leaders, for your individuals, even for your youth. You gave an experience that you were talking to youth, and that was a learning experience because
Oh, absolutely.
even though I came up, my first assignment was a youth pastor. I didn't really know how to minister to youth effectively, right?
Yes.
So just because I was a youth pastor didn't mean I knew how to minister to youth.
Yeah.
I was young and I fit the bill and I was doing it already, but coming into a church, being a youth pastor, that was a learning curve.
Oh yeah. Kids will
That was,
teach you, and they teach you well. They're good teachers, great teachers.
yes, yes, and let them teach you because that's how
Absolutely.
you grow. That's how you like. Okay, I'm not hitting the mark here.
And they'll let you know. They'll let you
Yeah.
know. I appreciate and love that about them.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And just being genuine and authentic, that goes a long way as well.
Oh,
But thank you so much for being an awesome guest here. And this is Feel Good Friday, everybody. We want you to check out Dr. Peggy Trusty. Go ahead, book her, call her, buy the book. Let's put that book up because we want you to get. And I see you have some other books up. Do you have? Is it a children's book that you have up as well?
I do have a children's book. It's not about wellness, but I do have some
You,
children's
you
books
do
as
have,
well.
yeah. So
Yeah.
listen, go on Amazon. She has a list of books there as well. But this is the book that we have, the Individual Wellness Support Plan. Go ahead and get that. I can't wait to review it myself because we're gonna put that in Message Magazine and we're gonna write about that. So
Oh, beautiful.
we're excited for that, and we wish you nothing but the best, nothing but success in your path and ministry.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed
Absolutely.
this. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, on Instagram. We, Dr. Paul Graham also said, wonderful guest. Wonderful guest. Shout out to the Spotlight DMV. And also we had somebody from LinkedIn show up. So thank you to everybody watching on LinkedIn as well. So everybody, listen, this is Feel Good Friday. There is always something to feel good about. Take care,
Amen.
everybody. It's Feel Good Friday with Dr. Phil 2. It's time to fill your Friday with something good. Come on together, let's shape a new start with clarity, confidence, and purpose. It's Feel Good Friday.